Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today we are back with another Star Wars Legion unboxing, and we are going to be taking a look at the customizable Jedi General and Jedi Knight for the Republic for Star Wars Legion. This is the next line in the series of customizable heroes. You have over 20 different options here, lots of different lightsaber options, lots of different alien heads, and what looks like it's probably going to be two different clone armor or regular Jedi armored bodies. So, or I should say plastoid armored, but yeah, we're going to be taking a look at this one. This has been the box, so let's go ahead and get this open. While I'm opening this up, if you guys are new here to the channel or if you're returning, welcome back and welcome. We are doing the 12 Days of Life Day again this December. So there's going to be 12 giveaways that happen all throughout December. If you want to have a chance to enter any of those, you just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my other videos. It's as simple as that. As we get this thing open, we have a lot. This is a full box, folks. They don't normally make them this full, but this one is quite full indeed, because there's a lot of cards here. Look at all those cards. Look at all those cards. That's as it happens when you get all the multi-languages in there. It makes the boxes heavier and more full, and surprisingly undamaged and protected quite well. So very cool. We have our little rules insert here with everybody who helped bring us this game, and we have all of our foreign language stuff on the back. We have two bases right here. We've got a mountain of cardboard, and we have our frames here. Let's take a look at the sprues and see what we are getting here, because it's probably going to be... So I do like the way that they've been doing this, right? They have them protected this way with these little things, so it's almost like a, you could stack them up. This is a great way to actually protect them too, and make sure things stay undamaged, which is super fun. So yes, so let's take a look at the top one first. We've got a lot of really cool options here. We've got both leg options, and oh wait, hold on, is there 3 leg options? There's 3 leg options here, folks. We've got leg here with the blowy wavy cloth. We've got like the mini skirt, kind of like the Ahsoka style skirt, if you're trying to do it that way. And then we have the 2 separate legs over here and here. So yeah, there's 3 different leg options. That's actually really cool. I hadn't realized they were doing that. So we have a torso option here. Is it only 2 torso options? We've got a torso option here, and we've got lots of head options in here and lots of lightsaber options. So it looks like this one probably just is the 2. I'm guessing, because usually you don't have quite as much flexibility when it comes to the legs unless you want to hobby it up a little bit. But you've got these 2 torsos, or this torso rather probably goes with these 2 legs, and then vice versa for the other one. However, if you want to clip off that little piece right there, you can probably manually change it out, although the flow is probably going to work a little bit better if you go with the ones that are intended. So we got these longer. This is such a strange lightsaber here. I think this is meant to be like a temple guard one, but it's almost like nunchucks, because it's it's got this like springy thing with the belt loop, but you could connect that to another one. So there's definitely some nunchuck related options that can be worked in here. We've got the double bladed saber, and then we've got 2 individual sabers, and then you could do it with no lightsaber, couldn't you? I guess you could do like a one arm in a fist and the other arm kind of stretching out, which would be really funny if you did all your Jedi with no lightsabers at all. That would be hilarious, actually. And I guess you could magnetize if you wanted to, but these are very small bits. You would need teeny tiny magnets. And the problem with teeny tiny magnets like that is they usually don't always hold as strongly. And so if you magnetize these, I've seen it before where like the arms will actually fall out mid gameplay when you're picking up the mini. Not the best. So we're going to go ahead and look at our other one. Oh, and what heads do we have here, as a matter of fact? We've got a Bib Fortuna style head right here with the head tails. We've got a human with a mustachioed human right there. We got some B1, and we got some tactical rocks. I don't know what A14 is supposed to be. It looks like it's just a cube. I don't get that. So normally I try to, like, AMG makes their sprues very intuitive, and like I haven't needed to follow a build guide in years with their stuff. It just goes together pretty naturally, pretty normally. I think the Fluttercraft was the last thing I actually had to follow the instructions for, because that one was a pain in the butt. But I don't know what those little squares are. Everything else looks pretty standard. We've got a Rhodian. We've got another a Twi'lek right there. I'm guessing female Twi'lek. We've got like Figure and Dan in the modal nodes. I forget what the name of their race. Abyss or Biff, yes. And we've got a female human front of the face and back of the face. Another human face here, and there's a lot of head options, and so these are always cool to save, because there's a lot of extra bits that's in here that you can do fun stuff with in the future, which is a very cool thing. I don't know where the front of this head is here, though. That goes into somebody else's, like these tails. So we'll that's an interesting one. We'll find that. But yeah, definitely a lot of different lightsaber options. No crossguard saber options here, though. I do think they're going to venture out and do more faction stuff. They're hinted at new factions. I could see the High Republic coming in. I could see different types of lightsabers, crossguard sabers, lightsaber nunchucks, and all kinds of official things like that coming up. We'll go ahead and look at the we'll go ahead and look at the cards. All right, so we have our Jedi Knight here, and I have the French version, the Chevalier Jedi, behind. So this way we can take a look at the upgrades and then the cost. The Jedi Knight has Deflect. They're immune to Pierce. They are 5 health, 2 courage, no surge, speed 2. They're an operative at 85 points. It's nice to finally have generic Jedi. It really is. That's very cool. Well, generic Jedi as operatives and commanders and stuff like that, because you do already have one of the ARF troopers. So this isn't the first generic Jedi that we're ever going to get, but it is cool. So you can actually run a lot of generic Jedi in your lists now if you want to play Republic, which is pretty cool. We do have the new doctrine, force training, and a weapon on this guy. If we look at our Jedi Knight General, who is we're going to flip over the French version of that one as well. This one's going to cost 20 more points, and he has it has a little bit more stuff. He's got Deflect. He's got Equip, again, for the weapon and the doctrine. He's also immune to Pierce, but he has Master of the Force 1. He has also a Commander and 1 more health and 1 more courage. So very, very nice stuff. They are both troopers, by the way. We also have better upgrades for that. I'm trying to get this. Hold still right there. Just stay there. There we go. There we go. Okay. When they're new, they're glossy. He's got Doctrine. He's got 2 Force upgrades and 2 Training upgrades and a weapon. So you're getting a lot more stuff for 20 points there. And what are you going to do with all those upgrades and stuff? Well, let's take a look at some of the stuff that comes in this expansion. First off, we have General of the Republic, which is 5 points. It's going to give them a command upgrade slot, and then they can bolster and direct Clone Trooper and Inspire 1. That is only for the General option. So it's called General of the Republic. You can only run one of those too, by the way. Apparently there's only one general in this Republic. There's only one, or at least only one authorized for your unit. We have Jedi Guardian, which is either one of them. This one's 10 points, and it gives them charge and search to hit, and their melee weapons gain lethal 1, which is okay. That's okay. We've got the Jedi Consular at 8 points, and that's either one. They're going to gain an extra Force upgrade and gain Steady, and it gives them the ranged weapon of a range 1 to 2 Force Blast, which is 3 black dice with Blast and Impact 2. Of course, that alone doesn't give them the surge to hit, so that's an interesting thing to think about. Again, you only have one Doctrine, so you can't be combining these currently. You have you have Jedi Negotiator. This is either one, and this is going to give them an extra training slot. It gives them Force Shove, which is a little bit different than Force Push or Force Blast. It's only white dice. It's got Blast, Spray, and Suppressive. So there you go. Now, cool thing is, like maybe combine this with like a saber throw or something like that. I don't know. That could be very interesting. All right. So lightsaber, regular, default lightsaber. This is either one. This gives them block. It also gives them a 6 dice attack, which is not bad. It's 2 red, 1 black, and 3 white. Critical 1, impact 2, and pierce 1, which is an interesting one. You get pierce 1. You can also get lethal in there if you take the Jedi Guardian. So you could be doing some decent stuff. And this was free, by the way. That's a beautiful thing. We've got the twin lightsabers. It's also free. It's either one of them. It's going to be 4 white, 4 black, 8 dice in total. I think this is going to be a popular option. It's got high velocity, impact 2, and pierce 1. We have the double bladed. This one is going to be 6, which is a little bit less, for a double bladed, but it's okay. It's got some nice things to it. Ram, for example, is always really nice. So if this unit has charge, it gains tactical 1. If it does not, it gains charge instead. So like this is kind of one of those times where you want to necessarily take this one with that, right? You want to take that, so this way they can gain charge, they can get that surge to hit, they can gain lethal 1, and then they'll gain tactical 1. So they're going to make that's going to make this like pierce 2 with ram and an impact. It's a whole thing. So you have options there. So yes, it's not crazy good, but it's pretty good. I kind of like the twin lightsabers the best. It's fun. By the way, did I point out the twin lightsaber has high velocity? I never thought I was going to see high velocity on a lightsaber. That's funny. So that's cool stuff. All right. We've got the Jedi Training Master Duelist. There's 2 of these, so you can have like a Padawan and their master, right? If you have block, you gain outmaneuver. If you do not, this unit gains block instead. This unit's melee weapon gains critical 1, and they gain jump 1. Now that's going to be an important one. I think that's great. Now this one works really well if you have a regular lightsaber. Okay, they make it to where it's like it's better for a certain configuration, but you have options. If you wanted to just maybe be a little bit more well-rounded, you could do that. It's very clever the way that they did these. I think it's really fun. We have the Jedi Training Peacekeeping Mission. You're going to gain prepared positions, reliable 2, and Sentinel. I am not a fan of prepared positions because I make bad choices, and I'm always tempted to be like, oh man, I'm going to put him all the way up here, and then they get shot like 4 times in the first round, and I tend to regret it. So don't be like me. Don't put your prepared positions and units too close to the enemy. It's usually not the smartest thing to do, but it's so tempting, right? It's so tempting. We also have we have a lot of these. We have the Jedi Training Force Adept, also either Jedi Knight or Jedi General. They're going to gain jump 2 and a Force upgrade. And if they would discard 1 or more Force upgrades, they can basically they can exhaust those instead. Which a low burst of speed. Anybody? What in the world? This is a really fun one, and I like that. Well, I want this on old Palpatine. I like we need to bring him back. We need to bring him back. Okay, we've got Jedi Knight or Jedi Guardian only for the Jedi Training Tactical Acumen. A keen insight. This unit gains Guidance Trooper. So Guidance is a cool ability. It really is. I wonder, you probably can't have this guy go to Yoda and then they just guidance each other over and over. Oh, well, it's only core. So, but you can now train guidance because Yoda could then guidance this guy. And then this guy could then guidance a trooper, and you can do some weird stuff like that, right? There's a lot of combos that I'm sure I'm probably not missing. Now, we do have 2 command cards also. By the way, here's the back of all of these cards, right? This is the upgrades. They have the Star Wars Legion back, and then the command cards have this back here. We've got Affirmative General. This is 3 commanders, operatives, or clone trooper units. There we go. It says, when issuing orders with this card, you may choose not to issue up to 3 orders. Then, for each order not issued in this way, choose a different allied Republic clone trooper unit without a face-up order token. Each chosen unit may make a speed 1 move and may remove up to 1 suppression token. I wonder why they specified it has to be Republic. I guess, is that for the Bad Batch? I guess, and also maybe just future-proofing. I don't know. And would it be that bad if you gave the Bad Batch a free move? They are pretty deadly. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the reason they put all of the things in there, but I'm sure that, some things were probably deemed too potentially powerful. So I think that has something to do with that one. But it's kind of cool. It gives you some flexibility. And then we have Flow of the Force. Both of these are Jedi Knight or Jedi Knight General. And Flow of the Force is 1 pip, and it'll activate a Jedi Knight or a Jedi Knight General. So this is only for one of your custom heroes. When a unit is issued an order with this card, it may make a recover action, and then it gains an aim token, a dodge token, and a standby token. So this one's nice if you're running a lot of those. If you're running the extra force upgrades, I think this one's better for Jedi Knight General, personally, but you have some options on there. You can do it wherever you want. Honestly, standby is going to be pretty cool too. I think this one's going to be nice if you're running like the twin sabers and also have the force throw. I think that's a fun one to do with that as well, since you can't really do the whole charge crazy combos anymore. But yeah, it's a pretty cool one. Well, I guess this one also works if you have force powers, but I like it with throwing lightsabers. And then for our cardboard, we have our order tokens. And they are just our Republic and then our generic side. And they've been doing these everywhere. It's been speculated that pretty soon we won't get faction-specific ones anymore, and then we'll only get the blue ones. I don't know if that's actually true or not. I guess we'll just keep unboxing stuff and keep watching. Let's go ahead and put those minis together. So as I'm putting these together, I decided to take a look at this crazy big lightsaber here, and the big keychain kind of on the end of it. I took there's one in each kit, but they all have the hands and stuff sculpted on. So I kind of carved out the hands of one, and I kind of cut it through. So it's basically hanging there. It's a little bit like nunchuck related, but it's also like a spare. So I cut the blade off. So basically it could be lightsaber nunchucks, but could also be a single lightsaber like so. And this is going to go on our Jedi General. All right, so here is my my general. I went with the Twi'lek, and since his sabers are kind of like his head tails there, they have to flow and they have to curve and they have to become one with his body, right? And it's also just a spare in case something breaks. So that's kind of my thought for that. And also, since there's so many cool hand options, I wanted to have at least one free hand. And that's all I have is one free hand, because here's my Jedi Knight. I went with the Bith guy there, and yeah, there we go. He happens to have a lisp too, so it's hard for him to tell you what his name is, But yeah, so we went with the dual saber there. So we got some options, and yeah, so that's those are the customized Jedi. There are lots of extra options available with these guys. Lots you can do with all of your customizable bits, but these are the options that I went with, and I think people will have a lot of fun coming up with some extra ones. So let me know what you decide to come up with, and I will talk to you guys later. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all, and always wash your socks.